How old are you now?
Right now I'm 16, but I'm gonna be turning 17 in a couple of weeks. So maybe by the time this comes out, I might be 17.
And so what's important to you,
Just my values and stuff.
period?
Yeah, just stuff like that. I guess it would just depend on what values. Definitely conservative stuff. I would consider myself a Republican for sure.
A Republican?
Oh yeah.
And why? Why Republican?
I just think that liberals, they're not, I obviously would judge them on the person, but if somebody were to tell me they were a liberal, kind of just an automatic, not dislike, but a little bit of a disdain for them. They want to destroy the world, they want to do evil stuff to us, so always just need to be careful whenever you hear that from someone.
Really? And so so you're a conservative Republican, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Your parents are conservative as well?
Yeah, for sure.
And you live with both parents, father and mother?
Yes.
What do they think about you?
Just the online stuff?
No, just period.
Or just me as a human?
As a human, their kid, their son, and then online.
I imagine just in terms of being the son, they probably love me, just a parents and son relationship. And then when it comes to the online stuff, they don't have any issue with it. They think it's pretty... I mean, I've been doing it for over a year now, so it's almost like a job at this point. So it's just like a normal thing.
How did you get into the online stuff?
Back in 2019, I was at a Los Angeles Lakers game, Los Angeles Clippers, because I had tickets for a Clippers game. And I held up this shirt. It said Free Hong Kong, the Free Hong Kong movement.
Right.
So I was pro Free Hong Kong, but I hadn't made any videos. And I got on the screen. It was the first game of the season. It was a really big game. So they had me on television, and then it was like this big thing. There were some articles written about it on like Time Magazine and Fox News. And I was like 12 at the time. So then after that happened, I did some interviews. I talked about Hong Kong up until maybe 2020. And then the situation kind of ended just because they kind of shut down the whole country. They weren't really allowing any more protests. I remember I would talk to some people in Hong Kong, some of the main contributors to the Free Hong Kong stuff, and they're still in jail today. They haven't been let out. So the protest kind of just stopped because there was nothing to do. So I kind of went offline for a little bit. There was just nothing for me to talk about. And then by late 2022 in December, I started making videos again after the Game Awards.
You were 12 years old, right?
During the Hong Kong stuff, I was 12.
And so when you held up your shirt or you said Free Hong Kong,
Right.
Were you just joking, or at 12 years old, what made you care about Hong Kong?
So I was somewhat of an NBA fan because, I don't know, I just had season tickets to the Clippers. Because the Clippers ticket's very cheap,
Right.
Nobody wants to go to a Clippers game. So there was a big drama going on with the Houston Rockets.
Right.
I believe the general manager at the time, he said that the Hong Kong people should be free. So then China got really mad. They removed all of the Rocket stuff in China or something, and they made him apologize. So when the first game of the season happened with the Lakers and the Clippers, a lot of protesters were outside of the Staples Center handing out Free Hong Kong shirts.
Oh.
And since I had already been to a lot of the games, I knew that the camera guy would put me on if I had done like a wave or a jump during the dance cam. And I had a Clipper shirt with me, so I held up the Clipper shirt as if I was a fan. And when he put me on the television, I dropped it for the Free Hong Kong one, and he started moving the camera. And I think they got pretty mad at him for that.
Were you surprised that all that happened and then the outcome of that?
What you said?
That you got a lot of attention from it, and 'cause you're 12 years old, and normally 12 years old, not thinking about those things.
I think when it happened, I was a little bit surprised. I didn't know up until a couple days later. I think I was at school, and some kid came up to me, somebody I knew, and he told me he had saw me at the Clippers game holding up the shirt. And I just thought he had seen me there. And then when I left school, I was in, I think, 6th grade. I saw like a Fox News article. And then I went on Twitter, I looked it up, and I saw all these posts about it. And then I realized, and I went to the main guy who made the post, I messaged him. I made my own account, and then I made videos about that for some time.
Really? And do you care about Hong Kong?
Yeah, I still care about it, but now that it's I wouldn't say it's a lesser issue now, but there's nothing really going on. It's unfortunate, but it's almost to say they lost. It's a hard battle to win against China, of course.
Yeah.
It's not like they're really getting aid from anybody. I think maybe at some point China had some small tariffs on them, but it's like an ant fighting a giant. They were bound to lose. I was just hoping a lot of them could get citizenship or something.